If you feel like your HOA board is constantly playing defense, then look, you are not alone. As of 2026, the HOA model is officially unavoidable. Nearly 44% of all U.S. homes that are for sale now have an HOA fee, and that is a massive jump from 34% back in 2019. That is a third of the nation's housing stock, and now you're seeing it increase. But here's the catch. We are currently caught in this operating squeeze. Insurance premiums are spiking by 15% per year in a lot of regions. And while utility costs like water and electricity, those are climbing at rates like 6% per year. Here is my candid CFO message for every board member watching. Flat dues are no longer protecting your homeowners. In 2026, holding the line on assessments is not a badge of honor. It is a trajectory towards insolvency. When operating expenses outpace revenue, the reserve fund, that's the first casualty. Many boards fall into the trap of what I call baseline funding. This is that just-in-time approach where you fund only enough to keep the account balance from dropping below zero in any given year. It feels like it's homeowner friendly in the short term, but it leaves zero margin for error. If you look at the math, if you have a community of, say, 150 units, and you fail to align your assessments with the long-term needs of the community, you're going to head for a risk moment. For example, when the roofs of your community hit their 20-year limit and you've got a funding gap, this can result in a huge special assessment of thousands of dollars per unit. And that is a financial blow that devastates equity and it erodes the trust of your community. And it's not just about money anymore, it's about the law. In states like Colorado, the era of substantial compliance, that's over. Under the new state laws, HOAs must now strictly comply with every procedural detail of their collection and foreclosure policies. If your financial disclosures or your ledgers are not perfect, a court can put the kibosh on your proceedings and freeze your ability to collect any late fees or any interest. The shield against this chaos is what I call the threshold funding path. Instead of trying to reach 100% of your reserve funding, which can be excessively expensive, we look at and aim for something around 70 to 80% funding level. And this range is really considered optimal because it balances the fiscal responsibility with homeowner affordability. It minimizes the risk of those heart-stopping special assessments, and it allows for predictable and modest increases averaging around 2.5% per year, rather than these massive reactive spikes. It protects property values by ensuring that your assets like pools, community centers, playgrounds, and your pavement are never neglected. And this is where my work as an advisor comes in. I don't just look at this year's budget. I build a 30-year projection model that integrates your operating cash flow with your reserve requirements. And we look at construction cost inflation, investment returns, and aging infrastructure to ensure that your community stays resilient for decades, not until the next board meeting. Board members have a fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of the community. And in 2026, that means making the hard, data-driven decisions to prevent a crisis tomorrow. And I help you move from reactive crisis management to proactive fiscal governance. Running an HOA, it's a volunteer role, but it shouldn't feel like a second full-time job. To help you get your board on the same page, I've put together a treasurer pack for focused meetings. This simple one-page sheet helps to keep your board meetings focused and out of the unnecessary weeds. Is your board operating with a 30-year vision or a 30-day budget? Let's align your reserves and protect your community's future. Click the link down below to get your treasurer pack and schedule a consultation to align your reserves today.